So the Sunshine Coast is littered with amazing natural elements. There's mountains, there's rocks, there's the ocean, there's reefs. So there's a lot of factors that come into building a house in this location. One of the main factors that we have to consider on every project, especially when we're this close to the ocean, is the salt spray.
I think the unique thing with Sunshine Coast is obviously high salt environment, very close to the beaches, and so you're trying to minimise. A lot of people say they want maintenance free. Well, that doesn't exist. You can maintenance reduce, and I think that's where, like on Bryce Street, we've used off-form concrete. The seamed metal cladding is an amazing outcome. Not only does it look good, but it's washed down by the rain. Keeps good, doesn't have to be recoated. Powder coated aluminium, so long as it's washed off periodically, amazingly durable. So everything we kind of put into the house, we're considering its lifespan. By the same token too, we don't mind that a material or a product actually has a little bit of age or wear to it. We find that gives it a bit of character, a bit of life. I'd say one of the favourite things for me, Kyle, is definitely the scooping over. The 5 fingers that come out, and I think even with the aging on it too, you can look at that and it's got a bit of character. It's not so kind of fresh looking.
Anything close to the ocean is susceptible to rust, to deterioration, to water damage. So you're really looking for products that can withstand that. So some of the key products we like to incorporate in most of our projects, especially when this close to the ocean, is really concrete. The concrete encases any steel, it kind of protects it, it creates its own layer, and the concrete is basically bulletproof. It's going to stay here for a long time. Choosing the wrong materials for your house can really affect the longevity of the home. The most sustainable home you can design is one that lasts a century, 100 years. If you're designing a house for it to last 10 years, that's really unsustainable. It's kind of disappointing sometimes when you walk down a street and it's a prominent street right on the ocean front. It's crazy blocks of land that anybody would be lucky to live there. And there hasn't been consideration to materials for the longevity. You see it deteriorating as soon as the builder hands over the keys. You see the wear and the tear. Whereas a couple of key selections and choosing the right products can go a long way to keeping the house looking top-notch.
Working on houses in privileged locations like this, you've got to have strong detailing. If you're putting something in a concept, you've got to be prepared to detail it out and explain it to the builder. And then also for me, what's important is that you're working with the right builders to have the skill set to pull off the detailing. And then I think the client gets the vision. So if you look at the computer render and then you look at the finished photo, the photo we feel in our case is always better than the render, and the renders are very good.
The biggest piece of advice I'd give anybody who's starting a project from scratch or is considering the longevity of their project is talk to your designers and builders together. They both have different perspectives. They both bring different experiences to the table. So if you've got a team that works cohesively together from the build and the design team, you're always going to get a better result.
I feel the Sunshine Coast is unique out of every location in Australia, and I just feel that we've got a client base who's willing to have a go. They're at a good place in their life, and I genuinely am excited just what the next 5 years will bring out in terms of a bit more boldness. I'm not afraid to use a colour or a tone, whereas for so long we're just being shades of grey, and detailing has been kind of pared back as more like, hey, we should do the minimal. But I really feel detail is embraced, and it's got to be tastefully done, but I think it's exciting times.
As designers, there's a saying that we know a little bit about a lot of things, but not a lot about a little things. So that's really where we rely on a team a lot. Teaming up with somebody like Gold Leaf is imperative because they bring the knowledge and expertise and experiences that we don't have because we're not on site every day. So we're really relying on Kyle and Clint and the team at Gold Leaf to say, hey, that form works, but have we considered this? And we really enjoy that educational side of it. Always learning so we can apply them to the next project as well. So the teamwork with the team is imperative. Team, team, team.